let's hop into the game and stop talking about that.
Let's go in.
We're hopping straight into game number 2 here, though, for Lyralia versus Deepshine, 2 highest seed, as Whamen talked about earlier. And we are on Dry Arabia, and we have Le Français.
And I love that she's picking French because she is raiding queen. She is also such a good raider. She will make her opponents beg for mercy once she's in your base with those knights. But the thing is, Deepshine did pick the counter. As a Malian enjoyer myself, I love it when I see a French pick. I already know it's going to be a distraction, and especially with these two players being quite evenly matched. Oh, I love the scouting on these two. Both of them going in very opposite directions. Playing it safe, not being too greedy. Both of them making a very mirrored turn on each side.
Yep, both players just gathering up their sheep and making sure that there's no overlap here. Great scouting pattern, as you said. And making sure that each one of them is just covered up and going around in circles, making sure that they don't run out of sheep at their own bases.
So I remember when Marine Lord back in the day was picking French as one of his better civilizations, and it was always so crazy to me because, you know, he's French. And I was always thinking, like, did he only make these decisions because he's French himself? And now that I see Lyralia, I see some pride in the French people. They're proud of their French civilizations and also their bread.
It's gonna be pretty scary. Indeed, indeed, indeed. I mean, I have strong opinions on French build orders, weirdly enough, and
Care to share?
So, I'm a huge fan of just screwing over your entire eco just to get an early night.
Really?
Yeah.
So that you can raid?
Oh yeah.
You think it's worth it just to be able to throw your opponent off? Oh, especially against Malians.
Especially against Malians. So, as both a former French and a former Mali player, what I would like to do as the French in this scenario is getting a soon as possible night out. So that means that your A job actually completes at like 3:32 roughly.
Mm-hmm. And
then you just perma spam nights from that point on. However, as Malians in this scenario, I would actually kind of open with a barracks.
So, I mean, I believe that's what everyone should be doing as Malians. When you're playing against the French, you know you need to be opening with a barracks. This is the one moment that you need to listen to that one piece of reason and get the damn barracks. If you don't have that barracks, that night is going to make your life hell. Even if they're just disrupting you, a little bit of gold, you a little bit of wood, especially when maps don't necessarily guarantee a very safe wood area. But I would have liked to see that military school of cavalry at the front, just decreasing that run time by a bit. It's school of cavalry, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The other thing that I've also been noticing a lot with French players, oh, at least in my rank, let me just put an asterisk there, is that they age up with a lot of villages, yes, for that early pressure. But it doesn't look like Deepshine is in a rush to get barracks. She's taking it quite chill.
Needs to be careful, needs to be careful, needs to be careful.
He survives, Mr. Scout. That will be all.
That will be all.
Today you live, but tomorrow you die. So Deepshine, let's see if she's gonna go for that barracks. I mean, the knight isn't as... Is she gonna be able to? Oh, she doesn't afford it instantly.
Needs to forge drop off. Needs to forge drop off.
Oh, she gets it. Okay, the knight's coming. She does delay one of her villages for it. Now let's see if it pays off.
Yeah. So the build I'm talking about, quote unquote. Oh no.
Oh, I've done that too. I feel it, girl. I feel you, girl. You got this. Stay strong. She gets the villager. Oof.
So what I like to do is just to talk you guys through the build order that I usually go with when I play the French. So if you see me on the ladder, I'm not going to be doing this build order. copium. What you do is you put 2 of your starting builds on gold, and then you literally just rally onto food. That's it. And then you age up with 6, and then you have a night out at like 3:58-ish.
3:58. Yeah, that's about a minute and 30 before she's gonna get a night out here.
Yep.
Oh, okay. It's alive. It's coming, and we do see some safe play from Deepshine, but we do not see a barracks. Oh, we do not see enough coming out of that barracks, at least. Oh, she's queued up 2 more. Very nice. Okay, now this is instantly secured. She's safe. She's got this. She's protecting her eco, and she's fine. But going for the back gold here, the back wood here, just allows her to take care of that one area. As my decision would have been to go for the wood at the front, but this would have opened me up to raids on the gold and the wood at the same time. By going for both resources at the same side, you just need to protect one side. And this is quite important when you are maybe a little bit lower ranked. You're not going to be able to just manage your units that well. So she's using that big brain power of hers to her advantage.
Yeah, and getting these walls out is really, really helpful. However, needs to close them off, and the Donso needs to be there to protect him. Does Lyralia notice this? Oh, she does. She actually gets a villager for her kill. Can he get out as well? It's a bit awkward. Might be open here, but have to run away. But there's no villagers to jump into. Could also get into, though. Can they get out alive? Needs to save the night. Needs to save the night.
And the knight survives. Oh, that was close. The thing is, if you lose that first knight, ladies and gentlemen, you lose a very big advantage. So make sure that you keep that knight alive. The guy can heal up, but keep in mind, that is now an AFK knight for the next while. This knight cannot do anything for now. You do have another knight, yes, but you're in that position where you've invested this many resources into a knight, and what did they do? They made a wall. Oh, and she did get a villager. She did get a villager.
Yeah, she got the villager that was building the wall, just couldn't go out due to the walls being actually just tapped a single time, so I had to run away. Now, we have a little bit of a more problem here, though. In Paradise, Knight does get a charge, but Donsos are in position to actually make sure that the villager doesn't die. And, oh, I love this. This is a really, really tiny detail. The low HP villager sends them back, sends them onto food under the TC.
Yeah, this is so important when you get raided, when you take any damage. I know a lot of us just press, oh, go to the base, and then we press C to ungarrison, and all our villagers go exactly to where they were. But then they're on 20 health, and they're barely holding on, and then one knight comes and kills 4 more of your villagers. So guys, re-put your villagers in the right places. The cow economy is starting, though.
Donso here getting those volleys, that's what makes him so deadly. He's able to do a long range throw there until you have that knight's super low. At this point in the game, though, oh no. Get some away, get some away. So.
Oh, and it goes through, the knight goes down. Look at that Donzo. He's Donzo. Hell yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So, what I actually would like to see at this point is actually much chivalry. Maybe not anymore, just due to the fact that that knight actually died. And the scout also dies. But earlier, I actually would have liked to see that, because both of those knights were actually pretty low HP. Maybe we actually can get Lyria over the wall here, though. Donsos and javelin throwers are here.
And luckily, she just has enough javelin throwers to make sure that she doesn't die to this. Just when you're playing Malians, don't just look at the Donzos. Make sure you get your javelin throwers, but don't run them this far out. This is too far out. They're about to die. Girl. Luckily, the aggression backs off. Donzos are scary. I would back off myself.
Yeah.
Look at those. They're out again.
Oh no.
They're out again.
No, Donsos.
Not the Don. Oh, there the Donzos come in, but now the Donzos are in danger too.
I don't think this is enough javelin throwers, though. That's gonna take some nice trades here. Should be able to get back over the wall, and Donso's gonna get the charge onto the knight at least. But I'm not sure if this is a fight you want to take immediately right now, because you need those Donsos alive. Villager was putting up the pit mine, did get it out. And also gonna get back home as well, but these Donsos are just traded super low. Needs to invest into more of them, because that knight shortly is gonna be able to get a pretty nice charge into those jav throwers.
I absolutely love the target fire from both of these people, though. Look at them. This These javelin throwers are insane. They're just hitting everything. They're making sure that these archers are taken care of. But at the same time, Lyralia's like, I do not care about anything except for those donzos. And like she says, you're donzo. She keeps saying that to every single one of them. And they are. They're all dead now. But now we're going to see the remaxing of the donzos. And, ooh, is that an idle TC?
There's indeed an idle TC right now. Needs to be a little bit careful on that. Is it doing a double cow boom at least, though? Just not enough in gold for this. I can't remember the exact numbers. I think Matisse told me once upon a time. I think it's like 9 bills on gold with 2 pit mines to do double cow. But we have to have throwers against these archers. It's a huge archer mass issue for me, though. It's only archers. There's no knights right now.
But the problem is, she doesn't know this. This is so risky. If you're playing against someone, you need to know that there are no knights. Yes, there are no knights. That's great for her. But you're playing against a civ that is very, very competent at making knights. So right now for her, the right choice. But moving that far out against the knight civilization can cost you the game.
Yeah, if you do... I mean, and Amalia as well, right? They're pretty damn happy spamming any gold food unit. Why? Because they get it for free. They get all these resources for free. Yeah, this has been idle for a while.
No. What is happening? Come on, she's our diamond 2 Chades. And one of the villagers idle as well. Oh, I will have a talk with her about the left side of her screen. Whenever I talk to someone about like the basic coaching, I always tell them to keep their eyes on the bottom left side of your screen. You see everything idle. You see everything that you need to know about your game. You see at the bottom left side of the screen. And then the map, of course.
So, one of the things that I sometimes end up doing when I play Mali is that I have consistent production of either town center or cattle. And the reason for that is both of these are actually like dark icons. So I just like have a mental thing in my head that I just see the dark icon and I'm like, okay, I'm producing something. But it's only one of them at a time.
That makes sense. So then you know. Well, she is idling that TC again, and this is not going to bode well into the late game. Now, keep in mind, guys, she didn't idle 12 villages difference. She did idle a few, but not 12 villages. French does have decreased villager production time, so that is why French has a little bit more of an advantage. But keep in mind, Malians is Malians. They get passive food. They're about to explode in economy. She does have those extra cows as well. I believe she could have 20 already. And she knows she's getting her resources. She's getting more production buildings. She's making units, and she loses another villager. Oh, no. You should not be losing.
I mean, that knight's dead, no. So, a couple of things here that is worth noting, just for everybody in Twitch chat. One of the things that is actually getting increasingly more popular and is the correct thing to do in quotation marks is actually you only have 6 cattle ranches. Right now, you actually so it's correctly at 6 here. However, there is 2 of these cattle that is not in a cattle ranch right now. So what you do, you have 6 cattle ranches, and then you just rally those 2 extra cattle that's left over onto your TC, and you actually eat those cows up.
So you have constant food. Oh, and she doesn't even have the villager HP upgrade. I just noticed.
Doesn't have villagers either.
Ooh.
Does get that wall up though, so another villager will be going down, but might be able to trade a couple of knights for this.
They might be one.
Oh!
And the Donzos just don't throw enough sticks. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but you need a ton of them to take me down, brother. I don't know how that turned into American, but I apologize. Yeah. Oh, this is all about that. That's like the 10-foot snowball thing he did yesterday.
No,
ooh.
Stop it.
You see, Lyralia does have knights, and you know what happens when a knight runs down an avalanche? It might trip and fall and become a very big ball of snow.
Could
Hell
be
yeah!
Bad. Oh, Lyria not on a move right now. Danzo's gonna get onto the front line here, but there's basically nothing left. Javelin throwers are gonna be having a field day on these archers, that's for sure.
But the problem is she did get a lot of Donzos. The target fire from Lyralia is just absolutely wild. She's on it. She's absolutely on it. Every single time. even though she got caught out, yes, she got caught out, but she was still like, okay, let me just, I lose this, but I do the best I can in a bad situation. And a lot of us, when we get into these situations, we're just like, oh, I need to run. But she's like, oh, let me turn around and snack on a few of those resources as I should.
Yeah, one of the things as well that from Deepshine does have 1,200 gold right now, but look at the upgrades. There's a lot of dots missing. Oh,
What? There's a lot of what?
perfect. There's a lot of them missing, and as I say that, immediately she gets all of these upgrades.
She's listening to your advice.
I mean, it's not like
With the 5-minute delay.
Okay, Raj. Okay, the reason Snowballs and Avalanche just triggers me so much. I spent 3-4 hours yesterday shoveling and plowing snow. I don't want to hear about it.
Not just that, he also has to deal with 10-4 Tim's wonderful puns about them. So he has built up quite a tolerance. You guys know when you eat too much cake? Oh, no, never mind. People can eat unlimited cake. Take that back. Never mind. My analogy wasn't going to work here.
Yeah, it's going to be...
That tower.
Tower's going to go down. I feel like this might actually be an engagement that Lyria could have taken, but Grand Fulani Corral going up now as well. Deepshine needs to disengage to make sure she doesn't throw away the entire army right now.
And this is one very important thing that you guys, again, need to remember. When you're busy aging up, don't fight someone and lose your whole army. You're aging up because you're about to get a huge advantage with your units getting their upgrades before your opponent. And she does have 800 gold in the bank as well. This is going to mean that this girl is getting all them upgrades. She's going to be ready. So the moment she ages up, gets her upgrade, she needs to go. Because Lyralia is going to be right after her, and her upgrades are going to take a little bit longer to get there. She doesn't have the same amount of gold in her bank. And she also, doesn't have any food right now.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that makes Malian's castle so deadly is if you have a look at the upgrades right now, 30 seconds right now for these upgrades. Goes pretty damn quickly to get those upgrades, so that power spike that you get from going up to castle as Malians, incredibly potent, and we actually do see those being used as well. Javelin throwers and Donzels being upgraded, getting those upgraded quickly as possible. If you compare that to these upgrades, it's a minute. It's more expensive as well, so it means that it's going to be a while before Lyria does have the resources in the bank to get those upgrades, but we have a fight here, an engagement that's coming in, and this is not a fight right now that Lyria wants to take, but she has to.
The problem is those upgrades just kicked in, so this could go either way. But I don't think the army mass is here. Deepshine just doesn't have the amount of units she needs for this. And those villagers are firstly idle and in the range of fire. And it does go her way. Oh, well, it does go too well.
Not so many villagers running around.
That is 22, which is about the difference in their villager economy, right? So, plus cows. So never mind. Never mind. Deepshine is very far ahead. Even though the villager count doesn't say it, the TC is idle again. And the villagers are idle.
Is
but
this in range?
Yes. Isn't it? Yeah, I think if it just touches it, it's in range. I hope so. I've been building my cows like that. Oh no. I need to get a coaching. Oh no.
So, one of the things I do want to say a little bit to Lyralia, we never actually noticed the second TC, which makes sense from Fresh. One of the things I want to say to Lyralia, though, is with the map control that you had earlier on in the map, right? You were heavily containing the Malians. Go and take the boar, go and take the deer a little bit earlier, and then you can actually fall back on the safe food sources that you actually have in your base. Because right now, if you had eaten up this boar, if you had eaten up these deer on the side here, you could still have fallen back onto the sheep you have under your TC and not done a farm transition, which is one of the worst things I could have possibly done for the French.
The problem is, those farms are so expensive. Those resources that she says spent on them, she could have used... Oh my gosh, and as I say this, the knights are just cleaning up. That is disgusting. Look at those knights just... reminding her, I am a raiding civ, and you need to respect me.
Yeah.
And, oh, she will after this.
Now, Deepshine is doing a good job both raiding and keeping units at home at the same time here. So no, we know she's not using all army hotkey, that's for sure. So not a sinner like the rest of
Like-
us, but TC is going to be burnt down now. It's going to be a nice fight here. There's just archers from Lyria.
And that villager, Deepshine only on 37 villagers. It is such a risky situation to be in. Yes, there was a 2 TC, but this is still a massive advantage. But the problem is just where are the French units? Are they just all gone? And I guess it's just because of the unit composition. Those archers just don't do anything against those javelin throwers. So they're doing their best, but their best is not good enough. You guys can see the TCs firing right at those javelin throwers, but they're barely taking any damage. They actually encourage it. I'm like, hey, just keep firing.
Yeah, we can take it. I mean, 6 damage, or 6 ranged armor. I mean, should be pretty happy with that. Now, this is indeed basically our death push from Deepshine. If Lyria somehow is able to clean this up and actually keep this game going for about, I would say like 5-10 more minutes, it could go very easily in Lyria's favor. Has the guild hall, right? It's in the back here. Some food as well, so could potentially use it now. We'll have to see what will happen here as well, though. The farms is just under pressure. Has to move out onto the berries, but that's going to be it. It's going to be a 1-1 in this series.
Wow. First one of the tournament. Okay, also, this is the first round where we have a best of 3, but I'm still excited.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And
Now,
this...
to
The
point out,
bracket... Sorry, yes.
the villager graph is looking pretty bad, I would say. But the eco
Keep in-
count.
Keep in mind the
looking pretty good.
cows. The cows are great, but you can't stop making villages. The moment you stop making them, even though you're ahead with your great Malian civilization, and great, you picked Malians against French, you can't stop making villages. I mean, this could be the difference between her staying in Diamond 2 for the rest of her life and going to Conqueror. And if you got to Diamond 2 by idling your TC and not making villages, girl, nice.
Just make builds and conk in no time.